This is BVI Channel 1. You're welcome back again on this platform where we tell you the raw, unadulterated truth. The truth that will open up your eyes to understand better the conspiracy of the elites against the ordinary people. Talking about Nigerian people, the indigenous Nigerian people, from the east to west, from north to south, whether you're Oduduwa, Arewa, or Biafran. This platform is where you get the undiluted truth. And today, I want to respond to one, I will not call him a man, but he's an intellectual, a northern Muslim intellectual, that made such a disgraceful and shameful video and commentary about Mr. Peter Obi on one hand and about Biafra on the other hand. Now, I'm going to respond to him both as a Biafran and also as a Nigerian. Now, before I dabble into it, I want you to listen to him. In case you've not seen that video, I want you to watch and listen to him attentively. And when I come right back, I will take him on one after the other. Even if you've watched it before, watch it again. I'll be right back.
This is a message to my northern Christian brothers and sisters, specifically for you. Why? Because if you go to the south, to the southeast, to the southwest, a Christian from northern part of Nigeria is a northerner. Simple. If there are breakdown of land orders in Enugu, they kill everybody, whether a Muslim or Christian coming from the north. This is the record that is on ground. Nobody can deny this. Christians of northern extraction. Think wisely, act wisely, behave wisely. You have no business voting a southern candidate based on Christianity. At the end of the day, his agenda is not you. His agenda is his own tribe. If you pick Obi, his agenda is not Christianity. He could be a fantastic Catholic. But below the Catholicism, he is a die-hard Biafran. If you vote Obi, you are voting for Biafra. No missing of the words. If you vote for Biafra, you are voting for the destruction of the North. Tell me, a Christian from Taraba, Nasarawa, Kogi, Kwara, Kaduna, Kebbi, Sokoto, Bauchi, Gombe. Tell me what you drive, the benefit you will drive by voting Obi. Just tell me one single benefit. And the answer is there is none. If you want to know the answer is true, go to Enugu, go to Aba, go to Inewi, go to Akwa Ibom, go to every part of the south as a Christian, and ask for a land to build a church. I thought Christianity is supposed to be universal. Go and ask for a land to build a church there as a Christian from the north. You will never have one. You will never have one. But all over the north here are churches owned by people from where? From the south. The land is owned by them. The church is owned by them. You go to these churches for service. You give the usual weekly tithe to them. They are eating fat, growing fat on you as Christians, brethren, belonging to the body of Christ. But if you want to know that you belong to different Christianity, go over there and ask for a land to build a church. Not even the mosque. Not even a mosque. Indigenous Muslims in the south now are building mosques and Islamias with hard-earned money, but with a lot of intimidation from government. A lot. We've given them enough accommodation. But the truth is that They are not thinking Nigeria. Obi is not thinking Nigeria. Coach me anywhere, any day, anytime. And no apology for this.
Good. You heard him right? Before I respond to him, let me quickly say this. To all Nigerian people, especially the obedient Nigerians, the intention and conspiracy of the elites is to continue selling this narrative to you in order to keep you down. They will throw up this ethnic, religious bigotry in their narrative to hold you down, to manipulate you, to make you recycle them again back into power, and they will continue making your lives miserable. Now let me tell you this. As a Biafran, he said that P2B is a Biafran. That is a complete truth. Even P2B, if he likes, he should deny it. But that is the absolute truth. And there is nothing wrong with him being a Biafran. As much as he who was saying that he's an Arewa, and there is nothing wrong with him being an Arewa. The same is applicable to Atiku, who is also an Arewa by indigenous identity. There is nothing wrong with that. And also, Tinubu is an indigenous Oduduwa, and there is nothing wrong with it. So, what is then wrong with P2B being a Biafran? Because we all must embrace this truth. This is the truth that Nigerian elites don't want the ordinary Nigerians to know. That is why they removed history from our educational system. Now, to start with, we will appreciate every one of us understanding the fact that Nigeria is made up of different indigenous identities, as Biafrans, as Oduduwas, as Arewas. But we are all Nigerians by citizenship from the advent of colonization. That is the simple truth. That is the simple truth. Now, I must also remind this man, because looking at him, he speaks like a core, full-blooded Fulani man. Let me remind him, in as much as all Nigerians have indigenous identity within their geopolitical regions where they are in Nigeria, the Fulanis, we know that they are as much colonizers like the Britain through Usman Danfodio that conquered majority of northern indigenous people from the Hausas, the Kanuris, and the rest of them. That's why Ahmadu Bello stated clearly that the new nation called Nigeria will be the estate of their great-grandfather Usman Danfodio. They will use the minority of the north as willing tools and the south as conquered territory, and never allow them to rule over them. That's all indigenous Nigerians this time. He made this statement 12 days after Nigerian independence. Ahmadu Bello. Now, this is what have been playing out. In Nigeria today, the Fulanis are the least, among the least ethnicity you can find in Nigeria. They are less than 10 million in Nigeria. But they use this narrative to hold and manipulate the rest of other indigenous northern Nigerians. And that is the truth. That is the simple truth. Now, having said that, I want to also remind Nigerian people what Biafra is all about. He said that if you vote for P2B, you vote for Biafra.
If you vote Obi, you are voting for Biafra.
I will see that as a compliment. Do you know why? Biafra represents innovation, progressive minds. Biafra stands for equity, fairness, and justice. Biafra stands against everything this corrupt political class have established in Nigeria. Talking about equity, talking about justice, talking about innovation, talking about progress. And I can tell you, these politicians that have established an unworkable system, a system of corruption, a system of impunity, are all from different regions in this country. They are from the east, they are from the west, they are from the north, they are from the south. The bottom line is all Nigerians are their victims. All Nigerians are passing through the hell, the misery these men have caused upon them or brought upon them. That is the simple truth. If I must remind you, if P2B represents Biafra, then it is a good thing that all Nigerians will start benefiting from the tenets of what Biafra represents. You start progressing. Each region will start working. The north, the west, the south, the east, everywhere will start progressing. Can you imagine that Nigeria today could not harness her crude oil, could not even refine it? But in Biafra, even under war situation, they didn't import fuel. They were able to refine their crude and use it throughout the war. They never imported any. They were able to manufacture war machines that wowed the entire world, that kept the entire world still asking, what manner of people are these? If Nigeria had tapped into the ingenuity that was brought out during the Biafran War, I can tell you Nigeria will be one of the leading countries in the world. Tell me, what is wrong with Biafra? Forget about the stigmatization. Forget about all this madness you are seeing. It is being sponsored by the same people, by the same political class. It is becoming clearer those who are trying to criminalize the Biafra brand, those to take advantage of it politically. It is the politicians that are sponsoring any carnage, any criminality that you are seeing that is being masqueraded or branded Biafra agitation. I can tell you, I'm a diehard Biafran. We know what Biafra, and we know what Biafra agitation stands for. It stands for truth, it stands for equity, it stands for justice and fairness. Anything outside this had nothing to do with Biafra. He also said something about Northerners coming to the south, east particularly, to erect a mosque that they are not going to be given a space. Let me tell you, the Onitsha Mosque is seated close to main market. The best site, even there is no church that is as close as the greatest asset in Igbo land. But today you have mosque sitting there for God knows how long. And across the southeast, there have been mosques and nobody have attacked anybody because he's a Muslim. They are flourishing in our homeland. Nothing, don't just forget about this whole nonsense of people killing the Northerners. It is being sponsored by the same political class. In the north, just like Boko Haram, they killed the Christians, they killed the Muslims. They kidnapped the Christians, they kidnapped the Muslims. They kidnapped the Southerners, they kidnapped the Northerners. The same is applicable to the same people being sponsored here in the name of any agitation. It is still the same political class They sponsor terrorism across Nigeria. I can tell you that. They are the biggest sponsors of this. The recent arrest says it all. You saw it. So you can understand where your problem is coming from. And when I speak from the in-depth of my conscience, not to lie to you, but to tell you the gospel truth. I can understand. They are going up now to tell you all of this nonsense. And when they come down south, through they are the same political class in the south, especially in the southeast, they go and sponsor boys, arm them to go and cause carnage, kill people, destroy businesses in the name of Biafra. They are the ones sponsoring it because they don't want election to happen around here so that people will not vote them out. So that they will keep the people down. They are so afraid if genuine Biafrans or if all Biafran people come together to take a political option to retire all of them. They are so afraid of that. And that is why they don't like this platform. But we are committed to exposing the truth to all Nigerian people. That is the simple truth you are getting from here. Then he said also that what have you or what will you gain if you vote P2B, if you vote Biafra? That is what his implication is. If you vote, what will you gain? Now, the right question to be asked to this man is, you northern Nigerians, whether Christian or Muslim, ask him, ask your political leaders what you have gained from the Buhari government. No, tell me what you have gained from Buhari government. He's a core Fulani man, a Muslim, a northerner. According to your own narrative, what have you gained? Go to Katsina State. Most of the Abuja politicians from the north cannot go back to their hometown because of insecurity. Poverty. They say Nigeria is the poverty headquarter. But I can tell you, it is the northern Nigeria that is the poverty headquarter of the entire world. What have you gained? They want to hide under this sentimental narrative so that they will recycle the same people that have made your lives miserable. Think. 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 I'm just here to open up your eyes to see the dangers ahead. I just want you to open up your consciousness to reason properly and start asking valid questions. These men, they can go at any length to manipulate you. We have known his paymaster, definitely. Atiku, I have no apology to that. But remind you that hey, don't make that mistake. Let me just keep it that way. Don't make that mistake. Okay? So, subsequently, within this week, on the course of matters arising, I'll bring this issue up again on a live program to bring in all Nigerian people. Let us discuss this because they don't want us to have this conversation on a live program. That's why it is important you stick on this channel, you subscribe, you share, you're a part of this community because they are so afraid when Nigerian people gather together. When Nigerian people gather together, these men become so afraid. And that is why the program, although wasn't it didn't went as planned because of network. I mean, the one of yesterday with Charlie Boy. We are trying it again today. So you have to be part of it. The frustration that have united all Nigerian people together to retire these corrupt politicians for ballot revolution. So be part of that program. I'll be having Charlie Boy and as well the coordinator of Obidient movement in the north. He will be there with me. Let us discuss some of these things tonight on Political Review. Don't miss that. There are so many things to be said. I can't just say everything or respond to this man in totally here because of time. On live program within the course of the week, you will have an opportunity to hear it all. And you also have your say. That is where I'm wrapping it up right now. Stay connected, subscribe, like, share. Be part of what we're doing. And together, I can tell you, Nigerians will be free. I'm signing out.